हर दिन की शुरुआत जोश के तड़के के साथ मेरे साथ मॉर्निंग I'll be there 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. Be with me. Hey world, 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. is inspired by me and sponsored by the Kingdom College, preparing you for life. I am Deepak here, and my life is beautiful and I stay on top of the world because I work as worship. There is this eternal question: chicken came first or egg came first? And this debate is never ending. And if somebody says chicken came first, then somebody would have laid the egg. And if egg came first, then some chicken only would have laid that egg. And I guess there is no answer for this. And this will always remain an unanswered eternally. In case if any one of you intelligent person has an answer for this question, do write to me, do send it to me. I'd be more than happy to have an answer which I don't have for 50 years now. I think same question is also there. What comes first? Motivation or action? What comes first? If I feel motivated, I get into action. Or because I am into action, I feel motivated. And again, this is going to remain very amazing debate. What comes first? Motivation or action? Motivation to action or action to motivation? You may have your own understandings about it. I strongly feel, and I have observed experientially also, people who need to be motivated to get into action seldomly achieve some great things in life. But those people in action feel energized by what they do becomes their own motivation, which means their action itself becomes their motivation, and they always end up doing a lot more than other people. So what's your motivation? Motivation or action? Because I personally feel nothing is more motivating than acting. Get into action. And you start action, and somehow that dynamism, that potential energy getting into kinetic energy, and that start pushing you, and slowly, even if the start is slow, but you have taken steps, You're into action mode, and the energy that you unlock, the energy that you release, the energy that you feel when you start action itself can become a huge motivation. Those of you sports people, or those of you ever played, you'll know that how much of a lethargic you are, tired you are. Moment you start playing, whether it's football, or whether it is cricket, or it is volleyball, or any kind of game where physical dynamism is required, and as you start playing, suddenly you start gaining the momentum, start gaining the energy, you feel excited, you feel motivated, and that action becomes your motivation. To maintain the momentum, to maintain that dynamism, that motivation comes. That is where you need motivation, and then somebody can push you. If not you, somebody can push you, your coach, your guide, your friend, your teammates, your parents, your own child. Somebody will be always there to push you. Maybe some movie will now get you more inspired, some news you hear and you watch something and it's very inspirational. A forward will come on WhatsApp and it is very somebody has done something and that achievement excites you. On the way of action, a lot of motivation is possible. Self motivation, outside motivation, people motivation, nature motivation, movie motivation, so much motivation is possible. But first, I think action is what is required. Personally, I feel action, or getting into action, is the best motivation anybody can have. If you're going to start the day, whatever lethargy of the weekends or the holidays you have, no matter how much lazy you feel, just initial few minutes, get into some kind of action, even if it's useless action, even if it is nonsense action. Get into some action, get into some momentum, and suddenly you'll start releasing that energy, gaining that momentum, gaining that excitement, and somehow something will trigger, and then you'll get into motivation. Once you're in action, then if you have also motivation, you will achieve n times of what otherwise you will achieve. And that is the power of action. You ask me and I tell you this, there is no better motivation than getting into action. So get into action, and then you see motivation all the places, everywhere around you, in you and around you, and there is no end to motivation, provided you're in action. You're not in action, you're absolutely in the state of inertia. No matter how many pep talks you hear, no matter how many movies you see to inspire yourself, how many people can come and tell you, but if you are not into action, it's very difficult. It's not impossible, it's very difficult to get motivated to get into action. Once it can happen, twice it can happen, all the time it cannot happen. But if it has to happen all the time for all of you, first get into action, then look for motivation. Then there is zipping in life. And that's what is the best thing you can practice for yourself. That's what I do, and that's what I believe in. Get into action, enough motivation available. Wait for motivation, hardly action will happen. And those people who want to get motivated first, then into action, will seldomly achieve something great in life. And those people who get into action and then find motivation and then look for, and it keeps coming in search of them, they will do a lot more in life than otherwise. With this belief, let's start the day and the week. Here we go together. I believe I can, I believe I am, I believe I can. So guys, go, set and grow. मुझको जुनून है